Hey y'all, so it's the watch is dead. It's whatever time it is in the morning. And I felt like doing a video. I posted a video the other day that I did, I want to say, a few days before the new year. I was really depressed prior to, around the holidays. And then I kind of got out of it towards the end and just thought I'd make a video and talk about some of the things that I've worked on in the new year and want to work on. And I feel like everything is changing constantly and it's moving at a rapid pace. And a lot of things I feel like are out of my control. And a lot of things I didn't plan for. And the last time I made an honest video about what was going on in my life, a friend was hurt. And just to get into this whole personal, taking things personal thing, I just want to tap into that before we get started. When people say, don't take things personal, I think that's a way of you protecting your inner peace. Like, that's a way for you to protect yourself by not taking on the baggage or the baggage or the deflection of someone else's feelings about themselves. Like, if that's how you say it, I'm not sure if I'm saying it correctly, but basically just not taking on how someone else feels about themselves onto ourselves. Because people project a lot. That's what I meant to say, project, not deflect. But like, to project certain things onto you, like really not taking things personal is to protect your peace. It's to protect your peace of mind. It's to say, I'm not taking on this as my own. That's your shit. And I think a lot of people take things personal because, it's easier said than done to say like, oh, don't take it personal. Because when it comes from a place from a person that you care about and they're saying something that may be hurtful, it could alter you. But the moment you take something personal is the moment you take on the baggage of someone else. Like, just because somebody feels a certain way about you doesn't mean you then need to feel that certain way about yourself, because that's that person's perspective from their objective mind. So therefore, like, it's just purposeless to take things personal and to attach meaning to something that you don't feel. And when you have a person that is taking things personal, maybe there's a reason why they're taking it personal, as like an attack, or they feel that what you're saying is hurtful or what you're saying could be true. There's so many levels to this, and I'm starting to unpack it because just the other day someone said I was taking something personal, and I wasn't taking it personal. I was just passionate about that person not wasting my time. And I think there's a difference. You can have emotions and feel how you want to feel regardless. Like, if you choose to take things personal, I don't think that's a negative thing. I just think you're letting things affect you that normally, if you want to protect your peace, you don't. But like, we're human. Sometimes things are going to be taken personal, but I think a lot of people are throwing these things out here like you're supposed to not take things personal, or like there's a standard for like, so like whatever you choose to do is your business. Me personally, I try not to take things personal because I know that how people react, especially reactions, has nothing to do with me. It just doesn't. So I can't take everything on to me as if I said that shit, And if something's hurtful, it's hurtful. Let it be hurtful, but don't let it affect how you react personally. So it was just interesting because like I had said that to a person. It was twice in the same month. I said to these people they were taking things personal. And I think the reason why they took it personal is because, they felt like I was out of pocket about the truth that I was saying. This was just the truth from my point of view. And that's another reason why you like taking things personal is kind of like when it comes to protecting your peace, if you take everything personal, it's like you can't have a clear mind to really understand what a person is saying. And you can't really respond in a way that's non-biased or non-judgmental because you already have a judgment on what the person has said to you. So it's like, I'd rather be clear-headed and understand maybe where they're coming from. Because once you have an objective way of thinking, like you take a step back, you can really see what the person is saying to you. And it doesn't have to be misconstrued. Like if someone says to you, I think you need to lose weight, you could be like, oh my God, that's so mean. But what if they're saying it because, you actually have health problems and they're trying to look out for you? Like, I don't know. It's just an interesting concept, the whole don't take it personal, because a lot of things people can take personal. You know what? I wish I had my iPad charged, because I would look up all these things to kind of verify. Maybe I'll attach that in a later video and we can kind of like delve into it and stuff. But this is just my personal opinion about taking things personal. Yeah, I think it's thrown out there. Don't take things personal. Oh, you're taking this personal. And it's like, sometimes people aren't taking things personal and they're just reacting or respond. I don't want to say responding, because I feel like reacting is when you're taking it personal. But if people are responding to you in a way that is addressing the facts or the truth about the situation, then I don't think you're taking things personal. I think you're just addressing things. And people generally don't like the truth. They don't like the truth. Like, I said something to a friend the other day, and like, I know this is like, I'm not even trying to be petty. This is just me explaining myself from my perspective, from my point of view. Because I feel like, I'm going to be attacked whether I say it or not. And like, I said something to a friend and it was very truthful. Like, we were talking about our creative life and things like that. And maybe I was a little out of pocket because she wasn't expecting it, and I just really felt it, and I was passionate and I had to say it. But like, it's just a thing where, you say something that you feel and the other person just takes it the wrong way and says like, oh, you're taking it personal. No, it is personal to me, because at this point it's personal because you're wasting my time. Like, that's one thing I take personally, is when people waste my time. I'm not going to hold on to it and make a big deal about it. But if you're constantly talking about the same things with a friend and it's never getting resolved, or we're never taking the next steps to get to the next goal, it's like I have better things to do than just sit here and talk about something we continue to talk about. Like, I'm not that friend that's going to constantly talk about the same. Like, I want to be about that action at this point. Like, I want to move on and do what needs to be done, because like, why are we playing games? Like I have my own consistency issues and my own issues. Like, I'm not going to sit here and do this with you too. Like, either we're going to get to it or not, because otherwise I'm just going to solely focus on what I got to focus on and keep it pushing. And like, it's so hard to be truly honest to people without me, at least in my opinion, like for me, getting aggressive and things like that, because I'm so passionate, and I'm working on not letting my aggression overtake my passion, and just let it be passion through love than passion through aggression. But yeah, it's just been kind of crazy. Like, and you know, like, I didn't apologize for what I said. I said simply, like, I love you, and I just apologize for my tone, because my tone can be aggressive. But what I said, I don't apologize for, because I meant every word. Simple as that. I mean what I say. And if I feel like you're not on point, or you're not doing anything about your life and making changes to really go hard about your future, like, I'm gonna say it. I'm not gonna sugarcoat that shit. And people have said the same thing to me, and I don't. What am I supposed to be defensive about? But I got called defensive because I state my truth or what I feel. Like, girl, bye. And for those who watch my channel, and I don't know who watches my channel or who cares or gives a fuck, but this is my channel. This is my space to talk about what I want to talk about. And what I always say to people is, like, what I say online or what I can say behind your back, I can say to your face. And a lot of people I can't say that about. And that was shade. Yeah, I can't say that about a lot of people. Like, what I can say to you behind your back, I can say to your face, and I won't flinch or be a punk about it. Because, like, I said what I said. And I'm going to say what I said. Well, that doesn't make sense. But I said what I said all 2020. I'm saying what I mean, saying what I say, how I feel. I'm not, like, why am I going to keep people pleasing? That's what we talked about in the last video that I was talking about peace and find peace in your chaos. Like, half the time the chaos comes because I'm not upfront and honest. Yeah, and yeah, like, I can work on my tone, but my intent is what it is. And I'm trying to just be forthright and straightforward with people from this point onward, because I'm not going to sugarcoat shit. And, like, I realize that you got to be unbothered and unapologetic about who you are, because otherwise you're cheating yourself. So people might not understand me. I might not understand you. We can come to an equal agreement, or we can disagree and move on. We don't have to be best friends. We don't have to agree on everything. We don't have to, be la familia and be all close and buddy. Like, that goes for anybody. Like, one thing I had to realize this year, last year, 2019, is that you got to be your own best friend, period. Because you're relying and putting your eggs in somebody else's control, like, to say, like, this is your egg and you take care of it and I'm the egg. No, bitch. The egg is gonna protect herself first and not be just distributed around for other people to manipulate. But yeah, like, people be just throwing this personal shit out there, and it's like, I think it's like more negative when you do take things personal, but sometimes people do take things personal, and it's like, okay. But, like, when you're not taking things personal and people are telling you're taking things personal, it's like, sis, like, that's kind of booty, especially if I'm telling you I'm not. And there's this whole thing, like, some people you're just not going to agree. You're not going to see eye to eye. And, like, I don't see eye to eye with a lot of people, but I do see eye to eye with very few. And the people that I do see, they get me. And that's all that matters. And most of the time, the people that get me are my blood and my blood relatives. And that's really it. But, yeah, I just wanted to jump on here to talk about that real quick, because it's just mind-blowing. Just the conversations that I've been having, and just trying to break down this whole personal thing. Like, is it negative? Is it a bad thing? Is it a good thing? Like, leave your thoughts in the comments, because I would like to know what y'all think. Because, like, it's been thrown out here a lot, and, like, what do y'all think? Like, do y'all think taking things personal is a bad thing? Or do you think that awakens you? Or do you think, it's you should leave the shit to someone else to deal with, and not for you to take on? Like, what do you feel? I'm curious. And how do you feel about telling people the real? Like, how do you feel about telling people really what it is and how you feel? Because, like, people want to sugarcoat stuff and don't want to be straightforward, especially to the person, to the goat. They want to talk behind the goat's back. Like, why? Just address it. Like, communicate. Do what you say you want to do. Communicate. So I'm gonna leave this here. Subscribe, comment, like, share, and follow me on Instagram at the Full-Time Drama Queen. And I'll see you next time.